Northrop, along with my color analyst Rick Northrop. And we're excited to bring the action to you as a lot of the core of the Dallas Lobos returns, including league MVP Zach the Sandman Sandlin for Crash Combs and Company. Here's the toss of the coin. Gus Schultz will choose tails. And it is tails, and the Legion elect to take the ball first. So we'll see Tom Pepper in the 9th overall rookie selection. Pseudo Nakai. And the kickoff from Chip Longfellow is up, and we're underway. The return fielded up the middle to the 32-yard line goes Christian Stark. And that's where Tom Pepper and the rest of the offense will start, a.k.a. Captain Canada, number 16. Stuno Nakai is the running back, number 44. The wide receivers are Brett Killian. Rich Pratchard comes over from OKC in the offseason, along with the Canadian Moose Craig Hearn from Sioux Falls. As here's the first carry to Stuno Nakai, and he is wrapped up after a pickup of one by the linebacker, number 52 for Seattle, E.K. Vincent. Up front for the Tyrants, we have Denzel Maverick, number 97 at defensive tackle. Number 60, defensive end Jukin Rukin. We already mentioned Vincent, and the corners are Iverson Gamble and Mario Martino. And the safeties are Mahmoud Angelani and Kane Vasquez as Pepper throws this one over the middle, and it's complete to Brett Killian through the Seattle 48. Well, I'd like to welcome my colleague to the booth for the first time this season officially, Rick Northrop. How you doing, Rick?
Good evening. Welcome to Seattle. Haven't been here since I was following the Grateful Dead around for 3 lost years.
As the pitch goes out to Stuno Nakai, and he picks up 4 yards. As I already mentioned, Sakai is the 9th overall pick. Got to keep an eye on the Canadian Moose Craig Hearn. He's hard to miss in a crowd. He's 6'5", 245, so.
Hence the nickname.
Pepper under center. Back to throw. Throws left side, complete to Nakai, who is split out wide in the backfield to pick up 6 yards to set up a 3rd down and 4.
A lot of standard stuff so far, Colin, out of the Legion early look offense. Familiar names running familiar plays, and Seattle has to have seen these on film quite a bit. But here we go.
As Pepper's back to throw, and down he goes for a 2-yard loss back to the 44-yard line. As Jukin Rukin doing a little bit of flexing on Pepper.
Pepper's going to be a little salty about that, I dare say.
He's 6'2", 320, and is a defensive end, converted from defensive tackle where he played his rookie season last year.
And that sack kills the drive. I think surprised Pepper. He's a wily vet, and not picking that up. He must have had a great quick rush, quick first move.
As the punt will go all the way down. Oh, I thought they were going to stop it at like the 2, but he slides into the end zone. Does Wallace.
The Zebras are already jipping people. I believe he touched the ball and downed it before he slid into the end zone. But
for Seattle rather, on offense, and plenty of familiar faces. Jacques Luyendula, number 11 at quarterback. Zach Sandlin, the tailback, number 32. The receivers are Mason Kirby and senior the 3rd, and Tristan Carr, the tight end, number 84. And the first give is to Sandlin, and he will lose 2 yards. It'll be interesting to see how this offensive chemistry works You know, it's a lot of the same guys except Michael Sy left in the offseason to go to Tulsa. Louis Ndula empties the backfield by himself on this 2nd and 12 situation. And back to throw. As he throws a nice pocket to junior senior to the 3rd. It's 2nd and 12. He makes it to the 26, so he sets him up with a 3rd and 4.
By the way, Tom Rahman, thanks for the shout out on the chat. Appreciate it. If I actually knew how to run the chat a little better, I would have just put that out there. But there you go. Generous flattery will get you everywhere.
And thanks for the nice comments, Harish Prasad, as well. As Louis Ndula flips us out to Tristan Carr, who picks up a 1st down.
A nifty little catch there, right? He's just got to turn around and spots the ball, gets both hands on it, secures it, and can turn upfield just to make it over the line to gain.
Let's set the Vancouver defense for you. They have Zig Washington at defensive tackle number 90 coming over from New Orleans.
Who else?
Vic Bowers Jr. number 91 at defensive end. Caden Carter at linebacker.
Ow!
As
Sorry.
Zach Sandlin up the middle, he picks up 7 yards. And the corners are number 21, Kyler Murray, comes over in the offseason from Tulsa. Manakanaka, number 24, is the other corner. And the safeties are number 27, Mark Lopez, and number 36, Gus Schultz.
Oh, the delay. Colin, I thought that was going to work.
It almost did, but it sets up a 3rd and 2 situation as Carter, the rookie backer, brings him down at the 39. We have a 3rd and 2. Louis Ndula under center. Will throw out of 3rd and 2, and down he goes.
He will not throw on 3rd and 2. Excuse me.
Vic Bowers Jr. comes blasting around the corner as he beats the offensive tackle to that side. Number 74, Nathan Shield, and Seattle will punt on their first possession.
So exchange of punts here, although the Legion makes a little more progress maybe.
Thank you, Money Hands Vega. I appreciate the compliment. He says Colin and Rick are such a great duo.
Hey, thank you very much. Money Hands Vega. That you know, that might be one of the best handles I've seen in a while.
1st and 10 for the Legion from their own 31-yard line. They come out with 3 tight ends. You know, teams like to experiment in the preseason with different looks. This is one of them here. Nakai gets the toss, and he's wrapped up by Denzel Maverick, a.k.a. Goose, and Juke and Roykin.
Nice play there. We'll see if we get a replay on it. It looks like we won't. Let's see if that was a great move by the defensive lineman, or if that was a missed assignment, because that guy was right in the backfield.
And Pepper.
Oh. Well, Seattle's D-line, Colin, starting to make a little bit of a statement here. They go max, Legion goes max protect on that, and they still can't. Pepper still can't get the ball downfield.
So that sets up a 3rd and 13 from their own 28-yard line. It's Money Hands Vega, who owns the Denver Nightwing, says still waiting to sign Denver the dog to Denver the football team.
He should be. He is a tough son of a gun. Trust me, he runs into my knee every now and then. And
as Pepper out of the empty set fires deep down the field, and it is caught by number 80 of the Legion, and he runs down to the 20, down to the 10, and they'll mark him down at the 12.
A little X button speed burst there too. Did you see that? Very impressive. He's already run 30, 40 yards downfield, and he still has an extra gear.
Kyle Cobb with a spectacular catch. You know, I just noticed for the Legion.
Yes.
Number 82 Tavon Boyd was just sitting there, not doing anything. He wasn't blocking anyone. He wasn't running any patterns. He was just standing there.
Wow. Well, it is the preseason. They play these games for a reason. He will be reminded at halftime about his assignment time.
As here's to get to Nakai sweeping the left-hand side, and he picks up 2 yards.
In that gentle pro football coach way. So after that, here we have Vancouver on the doorstep for the first time on their second possession. Let's see what nifty things Andy's got in his package.
We have Stark lined up in the slot
For this
for the lead.
Oh, the quick
throw
throw.
out to Nakai, who makes the spin move, and it picks up another 2 yards.
Big fan of the spin move, trying to spread them out. Let's see if they go back to a spread them out type of concept, Colin, here, or if they're going to push it right up the middle.
Welcome in Carolina Skyhawks, as well as Ashley Jackson. And Nakai will lose a bunch of yards as Skinner comes in and makes the stop.
Now the Tyrants guess the same as your faithful color man, that it's going up the middle. It's a handoff, and there's nothing there.
Dylan Skinner closing off the edge.
The Legion O-line, they're no slouches, Colin, and I've got to give the edge right now to the Tyrants. Would you agree?
Exactly. As the Ashley Finch downgraded to reserve status, will attempt this field goal from about the 20-yard line. And it is up, and it is good. From 29 yards away, Miss Finch knocks it through.
And your Vancouver Legion put their first points of the preseason on the board. That sends the beer-drinking donut eaters into a frenzy in the Great White North.
They probably spilled their poutine fries all over some poor sap below.
Here's a loony for your troubles.
And a return by the Legion.
Good individual tackle there by number 43, Kerryon Wallace. As he tracks him down, he's about to get open and loose down the right sideline. Empty backfield for the Tyrants here, Colin.
As Lillian Dula will take a deep drop, has plenty of time, finds Tristan Carr over the middle.
As the Tyrants set up a 2nd and 5, Colin. Let's see if they kind of go with the short passing games, try and keep things manageable, keep the Legion D off their back.
At the fullback in front of Sandlin, they line up at 3 tight ends. And they'll throw out of it, and it's knocked away. Pass intended for Carr.
It was almost a successful short pass to the Legion.
Murray knocked that away. No, not the Kyler Murray who plays for the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh.
The other Kyler Murray.
Andy North was making reservations for 6. Andy Hamilton. And his northern team.
Don't worry, it's a preseason for all of us. Not just the players, as they line up with a 3rd and 5 situation. Offset to the left-hand side is Sandlin that gets a toss that way, trying to feed his way through traffic, but he'll only pick up 1 yard as Mark Lopez comes up to make the stop.
He gets mauled, and I guess you could say that was a Floridian slip I made there, Colin. About young Mr. Hamilton.
Andy Hamilton says, nope. It's the same Kyler Murray. He's just doing double duty.
He's incognito.
As the punt is away from Geronimo Coffins. And the return by Killian goes, Stark rather, goes up to the 26. Junior senior to third, that says why he kicked his player to the curb. Back on the field, Suna Nakai gets his best run of the day up the middle for 5 yards.
That play developed a little more crisply, Colin, as they get some positive yardage out of it.
You know, a lot of positive buzz around the city now that they have an SFL team to go along with their NFL team. Pretty soon their XFL team.
Oh, my.
As here's the counter play, and Nakai spins inside. He picks up 2 yards. Set up a 3rd and 3 situation. Welcome in, Mighty RX. He says, is this the Wyverns? And that's an old-time reference for some of the folks who've been here since day one. Oh, as soon as Nakai gets wrapped up by the athletic freak that is Jukin Roykin.
You know, I'd have bet a loony that they were setting up another deep throw with that series, but instead they go back to the run. They're gonna eat that same meal from the buffet, and now they're punting.
And the kick is away. Fielded and returned up to the 37. That's where Seattle will start.
Yeah, pretty good field position, dare I say, said Captain Obvious. See what they can do here.
You know, there's a look at Gus Schultz, midseason acquisition a few years ago now for Vancouver. Standard pro set backfield for Seattle. And Louis Ndula will take a deep drop, staring at a blitz, fires long down the field, wide open is Tristan Carr. Tristan Carr to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and he's down to the 4-yard line as we approach the end of the first quarter.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it. There's your long throw.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Vancouver in front of Seattle by a score of 3-0. As we start the second quarter play, Andy Hamilton goes, now I remember why I hate the preseason. As he set up 1st and goal from the 4, fullback in front of Sandlin. And the Sandman gets the throw, and he gets into the end zone with ease. Breaks the tackle of Kanaka out there.
Pretty sure the Legion D didn't rotate around, and there's a missed assignment as he comes out wide to the left side of the formation, and nobody's there. 84 runs a mile pick, but it doesn't matter.
Except one guy.
Except one guy. That one guy.
That one dude.
It's always that one guy.
And the extra point is good. So with 10:57 to go in the first half, Seattle takes a 7-3 lead. Following an explosive big play from Tristan Carr to Tristan Carr from Jock Louis Ndula.
You're watching the SFL preseason on YouTube.
The return by Stark up the middle to the 23.
Well covered there. forcing the Legion into a little bit longer field than what Seattle had on their last possession. I think Vancouver would like to get some kind of sustained drive, get themselves into a rhythm here. That's really one of the most important things about preseason is kind of just getting your timing, your rhythm, your feel for everything.
Right. As I think that was a shovel pass, goes forward to Nakai, and he picks up close to 10.
Well, I'm going to say 2nd and inches. I'll remind everybody that yellow line is just an approximation of the line of gain.
Exactly.
No mistakes are ever made by the officiating crew, as we all know.
2nd down and less than 1. Here's to get Nakai up the middle, and Suno Nakai picks up plenty as he barges down to the 42. He has 26 yards on 11 carries.
Kai says, I got your inches, 2nd and inches, and I got about 10 more yards.
Nice spin in the hole, broke the tackle of Cain Velasquez.
Indeed.
Here's a look at Denzel Maverick. Playing nose tackle in this particular situation. It's Pepper over the
There
middle,
you go.
completes it for a 1st down.
Now the Legion have gotten themselves that short field position they desire.
And there's Rich Pratchett, his first catch of the game, and he shows why he was such a valuable asset for OKC as a rookie last year.
Yeah, it just finds a little gap in the coverage. Pepper hits him. Here we go. Pro football all the way, Colin.
And he'll swing this out to Brick Wall, the fullback, and Wall will get stopped at the line of scrimmage. They might say he lost a yard.
The wall fell down. They blew their horns, and the wall fell down.
People are calling out the plays they want to see. Remember, this is just the preseason, so the games don't really count for anything officially. So you never know what you're going to see in these games as Pepper drops back to throw. Steps up. Oh, almost intercepted.
Oh.
Pass intended. The extra tight end out there as Mahmoud Ajlani comes back after one season of being away. Yeah.
Welcome back to the league, young man. Here you go. One of your favorite formations, Colin.
Here's the empty with trips to the bottom of the screen. Pepper has all day. Fires down the middle. Knocked away by Mahmoud.
Somehow.
Pass intended for Hearn.
Somehow managed to hit the one guy who was back there for Seattle in coverage. That is too bad. Pepper would like to have that one back, obviously. Makes that throw 9 times out of 10. Just has to put a little air under it. Can't put so much mustard on it. Again, first game jitters. Don't care who you are, you get teed up to play.
As the punt is nearly blocked, and Salt got that away, and this will bounce straight into the end zone.
So there's your touchback. The Tyrants taking over with a 7-3 lead here with 8:47 to go in the second. You're watching the SFL preseason on YouTube.
As Mahmoud in the chat goes, I'll get one eventually. Here's Louis Andula staring at a nickel defense. Here it goes deep, and it's intercepted.
Wow.
Intercepted by Mark Lopez.
Often rumored, finally delivered. It's a pick.
Pass intended for junior, senior to third, a.k.a. the man of many acronyms, or the many suffixes.
Monikers. There's your SAT word for the day.
Here's I formation. Give to Nakai, second man through. He's wrapped up in the backfield by Denzel Maverick. His second TFL of the day. 3 tackles on the day for him so far.
So this is a Top Gun game with Maverick and Goose. Right? They're both on Seattle's team, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second and 12. Seattle's corner is playing well off the line of scrimmage. Pepper, medium drop back, will fire over the middle. It's complete and quadruple boople coverage to Brett Killian.
Killian is momentarily dead, but brought back to life.
As here's the throw one more time.
It's a bit of a duck, and it finds its mark.
Iverson Gamble, the other corner. With the hit, as it's 1st and 10 from 27. Here they run a toss counter play, and he lost 2 yards. And Nakai Vincent came flying across to make the tackle.
The Vancouver O-line has been inconsistent, and they've got some good running plays and some good blocking schemes, and other times they just let a guy bleed through like that for no apparent reason.
Yeah. The offensive line was at the lunch that time. And here's to get the guy up the middle, and Sudo will lose another yard.
Man, they even tried to throw a little razzle-dazzle at them there with 2 or 3 guys coming together at the mesh point to try and confuse them and maybe slow down the rush. Nothing doing. It's 3rd and 13, Colin.
Well, about that previous duck, Charles Doherty said Billy Kilmer reincarnated in Pepper as he goes to throw, and that's a beautiful pass right to the arms of Iverson Gamble, and Gamble returns this up to the 14.
Well, we've got a pick for both sides. It keeps it nice and even.
As we get another look at it one more time, one-on-one with Brett Killian on the lob route. Grabs the pass out of the air, gets a nice block from his fellow DBs.
That's the second throw we've seen from Pepper, Colin, that it just needed a little air, just needed to put a little arc on that thing and lob it over the guy, and it's got a little too much mustard, more of a fastball, and it allows the defender in front to make that play.
1st and 10 from 14. Louis Andula, 7-step drop, fires in the pocket, and it is dropped. It is dropped by the non-contract receiver out there.
Still without a contract.
He must have played DB in high school because he couldn't catch that one.
He goes full Roberto Duran there with hands of stone. They get another shot.
They get 2nd and 10.
He's not in this game for no reason, right?
Out of the F formation this time. Louis Andula on a sprint out. Will set. Will throw on the run. It's picked off. It's picked off again by Mark Lopez.
Man, I got to tell you, Colin, that was just a thing of beauty watching him sprint out, stop, and then take off again and still get the throwaway right there.
Vic Bowers Jr.
Man.
was in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Applying the pressure, but didn't get the sack, but caused the interception.
That's John Riggins? Is that John Riggins?
No, that's not John Riggins.
It looked like him, didn't it? Did it not? I challenge you. Tell me
3
it's
wide receivers. Pitch out to Nakai, and Suda Nakai on the run for 9 yards.
Now they get that little pitch out, get the running game generating something.
Andy Hamilton with the correction in the chat. He says that was Gus. That was Gus.
Who is this Andy Hamilton of which you speak?
He's the guy.
Just kidding.
As the counter play over to Nakai, and he gets tackled in the backfield There's Maverick once again.
Don't tell me you were going to answer that question.
You're right.
I was going to give you a hard time, Dad.
Give me a hard time, Dad. You mean to my friends? Third down and 2 from the 26. Seattle looking to take advantage of the turnover. Here's the pitch out to the guy, and he was stopped the yard short.
They go to the well one too many times.
It's camping the outside backer with the stop, and the Legion on for another field goal try.
I'm telling you what, Colin, it's preseason. Just fake it or go for it. Better yet, just line up and go.
It looks
there we
like
go.
that's what they're going to do. They have 3 tight ends on the field.
The 2 Legion fans in Seattle are clapping.
Oh, come on. It's not that far for Vancouver fans. As Pepper decided it was going to be a big game of chicken.
Okay, that was me. That was me clapping the booths.
And
Andy
Hamilton. Yeah, we can't get a good look at his face. Oh, now we can. Now we can. Now he's talking to Pepper. Be like, what were you doing?
What were you doing?
Just snap the ball.
Yeah, go.
I know.
Nothing but the standard SFL try and draw him offsides. The ritual burning of the timeout.
Excuse me. You know, it was a long flight.
It was.
Out to Seattle. As the field goal attempt is good from 42 yards, so they cut it down to a 1-point game.
Yeah, I want to thank Wheels Up for getting us right out of Ann Arbor. A great way to travel.
No need to go down to them big old airport in Detroit.
DTW is all right, but basically walking over to the Ann Arbor airport.
Here's the kick away. Fielded by the Tyrants, and Seltzer broke a tackle and gets to the 31-yard line is where they'll mark him.
Or that little sort of broken tackle. Expecting maybe something might happen there, but still good coverage by your Vancouver Legion. Linebackers are up tight here, Colin.
They go with 3 tight ends. Let's see what Seattle elects to do. They counter with an audible. No, they give to Sandlin instead. Good blocking in the Sandman. Almost broke that open.
Yeah, a little chess game going on there as Vancouver gets set in their D. The Tyrants start making their calls and their line adjustments, and then Vancouver rotated around in a counterclockwise fashion, and then the Tyrants ran away from the rotation heavy side.
Yo.
Nicely done.
Weak guy now on the 2nd and 2 situation here to give on the counter, and he didn't block anybody backside as Gus Schultz makes the TFL long with Carter, the linebacker.
The Foreign Legion tackles at will on that play as the tyrannical Lizard Kings lay them into the backfield.
And here is one receiver lined up very tight. Here's the give on the power play to Sandlin, and he can't break the tackle of the linebacker.
That was a good job of the Legion D to muck that up over on the left side of the Tyrant formation, Colin.
That's Russ Snow on the tackle, and we got another punt for Coffins.
Well, just under 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. I know the Legion would love to be able to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Here is the punt away. Fielded by Stark and returned up to the 26.
Well, I got a long field to go here. With 3:09 and 2 of their 3 timeouts.
Lloyd Graham goes, no first down for you.
You mean notes or commented?
You got first and 10 from the 26. Here's Pepper, back to throw, throws. He was looking for Stark, who tried to be cute with it, and he ended up dropping the ball.
Ugh. That's what they wanted.
He was open, too, and had plenty of room to get out of bounds.
Just a misfire right there.
Second and 10. Trips to the bottom of the screen, one receiver all by himself to the top. As Pepper drops the throw, drops this off to Kyle Cobb, and Cobb will pick up 5 yards to go to 31.
Nice little screen concept there, Colin. I'm not sure if you know the name for that style or that technique, but I'm still well defended by the Tyrants.
Pepper, 121 yards passing and 1 interception. He's in the empty gun again.
He's looking over. He's changing up the play.
Back the throw he goes. Quick pop over the middle. It's complete for the first down.
There's your veteran QB right there. Sees something and options into it.
And that is the Canadian Moose, Craig Hearn.
Canadian Moose.
Well, the guy's built like a moose, so it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Empty backfield set. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Quick drop for Pepper. Fires!
Oh!
It's intercepted!
Oh.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning here. And the SFL preseason presented by AP Music. It's Matt Plugsley, one of the reserve corners, picks off a pass intended for Cobb.
Now the Legion get a little uptight here as Seattle is going to attempt to put some more points on the board. And they're not that far away from field goal time.
This could be a 2-score swing because remember, Vancouver elected to take the ball first as Sandlin goes up the middle, picks up 5 yards to 35.
What do you estimate Finch's range is?
For any non-contract kicker, so for a long fella, you're probably looking anywhere inside about the 30-yard line.
Oh, Longfellow. I'm sorry. Inside the 30. Got it. They're not that far away. Yeah, Finch would like to be kicking.
As the Leandula back to throw, throws deep, and it's intercepted. Oh my goodness, this time it's Gus Schultz again for the second interception as Leandula has now thrown 3 in a single game.
Yeah, I don't want it. You can have it. What was a fairly well-played game.
Looking for Mason Kirby, who's been awfully quiet.
Suddenly turned into a little bit of a pick fest here. Take your pick.
So with 1:21 left, Vancouver takes over first and 10 on their own 33-yard line, standard pro set backfield. Pepper back to throw, takes a deep shot.
How is it going to
be intercepted? Oh, he was looking for a man out there, but Mahmoud
had a real chance there. Let's take another look here.
Look, he turns, running with a big tight end, and he knocks it in the air, and Kane Velasquez.
Pepper puts some air underneath it, but it's just well covered and a good play.
Empty backfield set, second and 10. As Pepper over the middle complete, that's a first down.
Chance for Vancouver to stretch their legs with the hurry up here as we tick down to a minute left before half.
Pepper again, hit as he throws, complete.
Are you kidding?
Oh, and they call a timeout with 57 seconds left. Craig Hearn was brought down by his face by Kane Velasquez.
Did you see he looks for the ball, spots it, has to kind of stop and turn around and bat. It catches it right in the bread basket. Look at that.
And then watch here, Vasquez the very end, you saw him reach up and kind of grab right here.
Did he?
They didn't call the horse collar or anything.
Well, and he had to make a nanosecond decision there. Does he lay out and try and knock the ball away, make a play on the ball? And if he misses it, that's going for 6. Instead, he stays on his feet and elects to just make a solid tackle.
Pepper has no choice but to dump it off to Nakai, and the rookie makes a rookie mistake. He doesn't get out of bounds.
Can't make a man miss and can't get out of bounds.
Clock running. Under 40 seconds to go. 2nd and 8. They dump it out again to Nakai, and here comes the defensive rally to the ball, and this just turned into Chinese fire drill.
Slow death here.
Or something you would see at a 3rd grade school, fire drill, rather. As the throw, it's intercepted by Gamble.
Off the
again.
hands.
Iverson Gamble with his 2nd interception, and that one was set up for him beautifully.
Who was the receiver on that, Colin? He basically tips it, runs the tip drill for Gamble.
That's Stark again, and and Gamble gets it easy. I know we've seen a lot of crazy things happen this preseason, but I don't think anybody could have predicted this sort of crazy turn of events.
The score is not reflective of how entertaining this game has become.
William Dula hands off to Sandlin, and Zach will pick up 4 yards.
He's going to let the clock run out and get the ball back after halftime.
After half, indeed. So, an entertaining first half of football for this newly relocated team. The Seattle Tyrants. It is 7-6. They hold a 1-point lead over the Vancouver lead.
All right. Well, we'll be watching the halftime highlights while we take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half shortly.
Welcome back, folks. As we start the second half of play, Seattle with a 1-point lead. And chat shoutouts, Ashley Jackson, Andy Hamilton, The Real BK, BJ Lovelace, Junior Senior to third, Joshua Williams, and Mahmoud Ajlani, as well as Crash Combs and many others. Thank you for being here. And here's the kickoff away and returned up the middle of the 20-yard line for Seattle. Jeffrey Smeltzer. Well, if you're in the Legion, you've held Zach Sandlin pretty much in check. And you forced 3 interceptions from Jock Louie and Dilla, so that's not a bad day for you. As the throw over the middle is complete. 3 yards, Junior Senior third, Vic Bowers. Junior on the tackle. Ball marked on the Seattle 30. Second down and 7 out of the I formation. With 3 wide. Here is the counter play the other way to Sandland, and Sandland will pick up about 6. Set up a 3rd and 1 situation. One wide receiver to the top. That is Junior Senior as Sandlin gets the carry, picks up the first down.
Well, maybe Colin will see a few less passing attempts here in the second half, as sort of had a complete breakdown in the passing game for both teams in the second half of the second quarter, no?
Maybe. I formation, Sandlin again, he picks up 3 yards.
Maybe, he said skeptically.
Sandlin getting a lot of the early work here and this is the opening drive for Seattle. There's a look at Gus Schultz with 2 interceptions. And Jacques will give off to Sandlin again. Runs over a defender.
That's impressive.
Sets up a 3rd and 1 at the 47.
Sorry about that, Colin. That's impressive as Vancouver goes with 4 linebackers tight to the line, and they still can't contain him. Give up 9 yards. Or gets them to 3rd and 1.
I formation, Sandlin deep. And Jacques gives to Sandlin. Second man through. Tried to shut one tackle, but it could only get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be forced to punt. Vic Bowers Jr. in the neighborhood. Parker Peters, linebacker, was ran over by Sandlin on the previous run there by Zach. Punt his way. And returned up the middle to 16.
Was that technically a return? I guess. I think he got tackled right where he fielded the punt.
And Captain Canada.
So no harm, no foul on that first possession as far as Vancouver is concerned.
18 carries, 31 yards, averaging 1.7 yards a carry. Rough sledding for Suda Nakai. As Pepper on the short roll has time, throws, and the man went backwards and he lost 2 yards. No.
I'd be remiss.
That was Rich Bradford, his second catch.
I would be remiss if I didn't point out that pass was completed to the same member of the team. Member of the same team. Like from the quarterback to the guy who was supposed to catch it.
And they give us to the car, and they gain those 2 yards back. They lost. And we're set up with a 3rd down. Pepper this time empties the backfield. 5 wide, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Pepper under immediate pressure steps and throws. Oh, and that was nearly picked off by Mahmood. Once again. And Jess Johnstone will be on the field to punt it away. He's standing at about our goal line, waiting a snap. Gets the snap. Almost blocked. Crash going goes, Mahmood, we need glue. and a returner is tackled down to the Legion 49. So they went entirely almost with Sandlin on the ground last drive, but they were forced to punt after failing to convert 3rd and 1 situation. 3 tight ends, weak eye formation. It gives it us to Sandlin that way. And Zach Sandlin's burns free for about 9 yards, close to 10 on the play.
That deep toss. It's got the Legion a little befuddled.
Mahmood says the reason why his comments the reason why his hands are slippery is he had too much popcorn before the game started. Crash is like, I never should have put the machine in. Meanwhile, they run the shovel pass to Sandlin, who picks up the 1st down and blows over 5 defenders at once. And the boys in the truck didn't give us the replay.
Boy, it made that was a tight little play for a 1st down, but he paid for it at the end, did he not?
As Luyandula goes deep, it's complete to Mason Kirby. That's his 1st catch of the day. Welcome to the game, Mr. Kirby. Andy Hamilton goes, you're befuddled, Rick. We're fine. And the most childish comeback ever. Three tight ends on the field. Luyandula changes the play. Gives a toss counter to Sandlin, who runs over 2 defenders and carries a 3rd into the end zone to extend the lead for Seattle. Touchdown.
Hey,
Tyrants.
Colin, was that a deep toss?
Yeah.
That they scored on?
Yeah.
Let me get Andy on the phone here. I think there was more befuddling happening. That's some tough running, too, by the way. Don't want to step on the strong play by the Tyrants right there. Well done.
And Longfellow. To try the extra point attempt. Zach Sandlin reminding everybody why he won MVP in his rookie season. Probably the only athlete in the history of professional football to do that. As here is the kick from Longfellow. Nestles into the arms of Mr. Stark. And Stark, up the middle he goes to the 29.
Andy Hamilton relieved to get his defense off the field as He needs his offense to kick it in gear. They've made some progress, but they've got a lot of turnovers. So let's see what they've got dialed up here, Colin.
As
They do not want to let this game get away from them.
Pepper lines up under center. Shovel pass.
Double pass, or was that a handoff? I can't tell.
Up the middle to Nakai. He picks up 2.
Well, they like that rook. He's touching the rock quite a bit.
It's James Campton to back up free safety. 7 tackles
Wow.
so far. It's a 2nd down and 8 situation.
We got ourselves a situation.
Pepper turns Gibson to Kai, sweeping the left side, and he goes on this long journey and only picks up a yard. E.K. Vincent on the tackle. Third down and 7 for the Legion. They'll put it up this time. Pepper off his back foot. It's somehow caught with one hand by Rich Bratcher.
There you go. Pepper says, time for a little schoolyard. Going to make something happen. Excellent.
Looks like he started a half roll and then realized pressure was coming and just chucked the puppy up in the air. And Bratcher came down with both hands. And a beautiful reception.
Shows a lot of confidence in Pratchard. Pepper throws it to him like that, off balance.
Standard pro set backfield, 3 wide receivers for the Legion. And Pepper on a
Watch
roll
out.
out this time. Off his back foot. Oh, and it was dropped by the fullback brick wall, and that could have been dangerous.
Nearly goes 2 for 2 on the schoolyard throws, Colin.
E.K. Vincent in the neighborhood knocked that away.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends to one side, 1 receiver to the top of your picture. That is Killian.
I predict a jump pass here.
Counter play to the guy, and he picks up 1. As the sad Falcons fan says, is Seattle a new team? And
Why don't you tell them about the Seattle, the prominence of the Seattle team, Colin?
well, they were relocated from the Dallas Lobos after an ownership transfer from Stephen Mullen next to Crash Combs. The crowd picks up a chant of defense here on this 3rd and 9. And Pepper back to throw, throws the outcut, but it'll be short of 1st down at the 48.
Yeah. That's part of the issue with some of those outs. They'll get dialed up, but they just aren't run deep enough when you're at 4th and 5. I get the concept, but
At least you weren't an old man yelling at a cloud.
no, I will save old man yelling at the cloud behavior for the regular season.
Low snap, punt away. And it is going to be returned up to the 17-yard line.
Barely a return. Good coverage there by the Legion. And let's see what adjustments they may have been able to make
Indeed.
since their previous series. I must say, great uniform combo tonight, Colin. Love the all whites for the Legion, and I'm digging the Tyrants
All blue.
with the green.
With the delayed handoff to Sandlin, who's now up to 74 yards in a rushing touchdown. Picks up 2 on that play. Gus Schultz on the tackle. Louis Ndula up under center. Empty backfield look. Well, drop to throw. throws to Tristan Carr. Carr picks up 7, close to 8 yards on the play. Set up a third and very short.
Well, Seattle looks like they're getting themselves into that rhythm that I talked about earlier in the game, Colin. That both teams want to find or at least date a little bit in the preseason.
Louis Ndula under center, I formation, 3 tight ends on the field. Give to Hanlon, second man through, picks up the first down to 33. Tackle made by Caden Carter.
Vancouver gambles and puts most of the guys on the line. And Sandlin's able to get through into the second level right there, and DB has to come over from his assignment, but not until first down.
19 carries, 82 yards for Sandlin, who's split out as a wide receiver. Louis Ndula back to throw. Throws over the middle, complete. 46-yard line. To
Tomorrow. Dose.
To Smeltzer, to the returner.
Nice over the middle, gutsy, showing the team a little something there. Not afraid to stick his nose in there where he's going to get hurt.
Clock winds, under 40 seconds to go in this quarter. Seattle in front 14-6, and they have the ball and moving. Here's the draw play to Sandlin, and he lost a yard.
Vancouver overloads the line there as they actually end up rushing 6. And there are not enough gap protection for the Tyrants, and they're able to make a good play for the Legion D.
Louis Ndula back to throw, and down he goes.
Back to get tackled.
Sack made by the defensive back, Kyler Murray, coming on a blitz.
Yeah, Murray's the one who came over and tracked down, what's his name on that play where he broke through the line. And here he shows some speed as he closes faster than Ndula realizes.
14-6, Seattle in front after 3 quarters.
You're watching SFL, Simulation Football League, preseason game here on YouTube. I'm Rick Northrup, handling color commentary and random comments, along with your play-by-play ace, Colin Northrup.
As the throw from Louis Ndula goes to Tristan Carr on 3rd and 16, and they pick up the first down as Jock is now over 142 on the day.
I like to think we're both good at our jobs. Colin, call it a great game. Got a lot of random stuff, I got to say.
The throw goes to Carr. Kanaka was the closest defender to it. 3 tight ends on the field for the Tyrants. As Louis Ndula fades, throws right to the backer.
Oh, man.
Right to Zig Washington, actually, who was dropping in zone coverage, but he couldn't hang on. Here's a look at Mark Lopez. Has 1 interception on the day. His team trying to stem the bleeding. Right here as we start the 4th quarter, Sandlin gets it on a sweep, follows his blockers, and a leap over a guy in the backfield and picked up a first down.
There's that guy, 33. He's like, he was impeding his runner's progress. That was hilarious. Watch this.
Oh, man. Trying to get behind the big fullback.
The big fullback has no clue what he's doing. Ends up running right in front of the ball carrier, but No worries, first down. That's Ripper Concordia.
Yeah, he's been busy paving the way for Sandlin. He's fast approaching 100 yards. He's up to 94 and a touchdown. Harish Prasad goes. Sandlin
says
Sandlin is still a monster. As he gets it on the counter and he lost a yard, so he's back down to 93. Tackle made by number 69, Leroy Jenkins.
Third and long, just outside the red zone. Here's Vancouver's chance. Stone him here and leave him with a long field goal.
As the
There it is.
Luyendula breaks the sack, but he can't break the second one. He ducks Vic Bowers Jr., but not number 93, Bam Franklin, the other defensive tackle.
Wham bam.
It looks like they'll still try a field goal, spotted from about the
34 plus. It's a 44-yarder. Still makeable, but not a gimme.
As snap spot kick is on the way, and it is good from 44 yards away. So Seattle, with 8:11 to go in this game, has his 17-6 lead.
Well, Seattle extends their lead. Vancouver's behind the 8 ball. This game's devolved for them into more an exercise of trying to put the pieces together at this point, Colin.
As Stark returns the kickoff to the 29. And, you know, it's getting to about the desperation time if you're Vancouver. You only scored 2 field goals. While you have been able to intercept Jacques Luyendula, you haven't been ultimately able to cash the opportunities into bigger points.
Right, and you've got trouble with your D-line. They're making some plays, but they're also looking a little confused on certain concepts, so that's going to be a concern for Andy Hamilton.
As the throw goes up to the guy, he lost the yard as E.K. Vincent wrapped him up.
Okay, I could be wrong, but I think Vancouver needs to work on trying to put the ball down the field instead of these endless spread concepts, spreading the field type things. What do you think? You watched a lot of football. You watched a lot of last season.
Yeah, they need to attacking deep down the field. Even though Peppers had problems with interceptions. This time he goes again to Nakai out of the backfield, and this time it's a lot more yardage, and he nearly got a first down.
There we go. Okay. So I look silly, but they caught him. They caught Seattle out of phase there, and I got to believe Pepper saw that.
Broke a tackle, spun inside, tried to keep going, but it stepped out of bounds. Sets up a 3rd and 1 situation.
Actually, stepping out of bounds is something that guy needs to learn how to do. Remember, at the end of the second half, he kept allowing himself to be tackled in bounds.
In the first half.
First half, yeah, it took about 34 seconds off the clock.
But they tried to run a counter on 3rd down, but nothing doing. Number 91.
Well, maybe a little gun shy on those passes, Colin, as Pepper had trouble early, but seems like he was starting to feel it in the last couple of possessions. Yes. Let him throw some more downfield.
Is Johnston. It's on the field for yet another punt from her. And
good coverage, huh?
The coverage is good. They got him down at the 28. So the tired Legion defense is called on once again. And Seattle is looking to salt some time out the clock and possibly put it away for good. It can help. Split backs. Louis Ndula changes the play. Quick drop. Fires out to Sandlin. We'll give him forward progress to the 28. 2nd and 9.
More importantly, at this point for Seattle, keeps the clock moving as he stays inbounds. Vancouver does have their full complement of timeouts, and in sort of a typical regular season situation, this game would still be kind of iffy. But
here's the toss to Sandlin, and Zach's got room, and he gets it to the 34 to set up a 3rd and 4. He's 2 yards away from 100.
As you pointed out, Vancouver's points, Colin, have really only come from field goals. They haven't stuck it in the end zone on offense or defense. Pick six, the defense for Vancouver has a chance to outscore the offense.
As here is the pass. Complete to Mason Kirby. His 2nd catch of the day to the Tyrant 42-yard line. 3rd and short. Louis Ndula wasn't gun shy there. Just a look at Kirby. As the Tyrants sub in a couple other tight ends. We got 3 tight ends set. A throw out of it. Louis Ndula looking down the field will drop it off to, I believe that is Big Mark Metalark.
There's some John going on there.
No, that's Blue, rather.
And that play takes us under the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter in Seattle.
Split backfield for Louis Ndula behind him. Letting this play clock wind down a bunch as he gives it to Sandlin, and Sandlin charges up the middle for 3 yards. That carry should put him over 100.
Good support, run support by Lopez there as he breaks off his coverage as he recognizes a draw for the handoff. Vancouver on that play, like they have occasionally, tries to get a little cute by stacking their DBs off the line, making it more difficult for Seattle to read exactly what kind of coverage they might be in.
3rd and 6. 3-man backfield. They give him a draw to Sandlin. He picks up 3 more yards, gets him exactly to the 15. He's now at 104 on 27 totes. And 4th down and another punt coming.
Ideally for Seattle, this ball will be snapped right around the 3-minute mark, just before hitting the 3-minute mark, which will give Vancouver a little something to work with, again, with all 3 timeouts on their ledger.
And you called it. They snapped it with about 3:05 left.
That's not their first rodeo.
And the return goes up to the 14 and clock stop at 2:58. Stark feeling a little frustration.
86 yards in 3 minutes. Got a full tank of gas and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Single back in the backfield is Nakai. Pepper with 3 wide receivers. Will take a deep drop back on 1st and 10. Over the middle he goes, complete. And we see the hurry-up offenses. That pass is complete to Rich Bratchard. Pepper on a rollout. Sets his feet. Has time. One-handed catch by Stark, who picks up the 1st down.
Well done.
Andy Hamilton cheering on his boys. They get set now. Quick drop. Out to Nakai. Breaks the tackle. He can't get out of bounds. 2nd and 8. Pepper, deep drop. Down the field he goes. And it is almost intercepted.
Oh, man.
Pass intended for BK. Brett Killian. His 5th target. 4 catches for Brett. 3rd and 8. Clock stopped at 2:07.
That does stop the clock. 2 downs to make 8 yards.
Empty backfield set.
Seattle's going to rush 4.
They do,
They run a
and they
twist.
get a sack.
They run a twist or a stunt inside. And the 4-man rush gets home.
I get a 4th and 12. It's Dylan Skinner running a twist with Maverick inside. Gets a hit as we reach the 2-minute warning. 4th and 12 coming up for Vancouver. Fourth and 12. From their own 23. Pepper's going to put it up in the air. Throw knocked away by Kane Velasquez. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
With 3 timeouts, Vancouver may still have a chance to get the ball back. Depends on if they can stone Seattle on forward progress. But interesting game, Colin.
Reserve cornerback Tyler Rose swats that at one hand. As Zach Sandlin comments that he goes, Mood, I thought you knew how to catch. As Tyrants take over on the Legion 23 with 1:57 left. Here's the counter play. Sandlin runs over a defender, picks up 3 yards, and first time out called by the Legion. Junior, senior, the 3rd. Remarks that that's the reason we crashed this player to the curb.
Well, in addition to being behind and not having
Sandlin moves forward to the 16.
not having much of an offense for Vancouver. I'm sorry, Andy. Sorry that's happening. They turn the ball over already in field goal range for Seattle.
Third and 3 from the 16. I formation, 3 tight ends in the game. William Dula changing the play.
They want a first down. They want some more end zone action.
Draw play. And Zach's not going to get it, but he's going to force the Legion to burn their last time out with 1:44 left. Here's another field goal attempt by Chip Longfellow. This one's shorter than the last one he made from 44. Center hash, they'll spot this just before the 25.
Yeah, 33-yarder.
And the boot is away.
And it's good.
It's a 20-6 game.
Field goal. Field goal. Oh, Longfellow. Impressive. It's been solid.
2 for 2.
No hitches, no bobbles, no struck uprights or crossbars. Well done, young man.
As the kick is away. Stark gets blown up, sir, at the 28-yard line.
He had a full head of steam going until he was asked very impolitely to sit down.
You can tell it's the preseason because I just saw Tom Pepper jogging off with the rest of the kick return unit. You know? He's back under center. He's going over the middle to Rich Patrick. He picks up 7 yards, and here we go. Back to throw. Pepper under duress. Will go down instead. Back at the 26. And here's the pass from Pepper. Oh, almost intercepted by Vincent. Bass intended for Killian.
Well, there's a familiar 4th and 12.
Tight end Sam Adams, number 44, with the special teams hit is E.K. Vincent.
Sam Adams, Patriot Brewer.
Vincent has gloves on. He normally catches that ball.
He does. Well, we've had a great time here in Seattle. Nice to be back, as we noted at the top of the game, Colin.
4th and 12 from their own 26. About the same situation as before. 4 wide receivers in the game. Tom Pepper back to throw, and down he goes. Down he goes. Jukin Rookin coming in. Big old number 60. They ran a twist inside. His line mate was double teamed. He wasn't even blocked.
Pushes him down, yeah.
As 59 seconds left. Get a couple of kneel downs to kill the rest of this clock. And quite Reese. And Crash Combs said, kind of. Our dog was named after the beer, and the player is named after the dog. Always fun facts to know.
Another fun fact is that Colin is related to Sam and John Quincy. Family's been around a long time.
As the kneel down for Louie and Dula should just about do it.
Do you think so? 11 seconds to go with 30 seconds to go on the play clock. Sorry for hassling you, Colin. It's a good game.
Thank you all for your nice compliments, and that's the gun. Seattle wins the Cascadia Cup over the Vancouver Legion 20-6.
With the preseason Cascadia Cup.
As we get a look at the stats here, Rick, who are some of the standouts for you?
Oh, man. Ulendula, right? I can never pronounce the name. Ulendula, yeah. Correctly. I liked how he started to feel the game, develop a feel for the game as it went on. That was great. I thought the Seattle D as a whole did a nice job and had Andy Hamilton's Legion mixed up a little bit. What about you?
I thought we saw some nice things from Sooner Nakai. I think Rich Pratchett is going to be a valuable asset for Tom Pepper. And the defense for Seattle was just for Vancouver was just on the field too much, and they got tired and shoved.
Yep, true that.
Zach Sandlin, 111 yards rushing. You know, guy showed why he's the MVP. For sure.
More moonshine for Zach. Yeah, Burt Moonshine, right?
as Zach Sandlin, 2 total touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, 30 carries, over 100 total yards, 111 on the ground, 4 receiving yards, is the player of the game. For all of us, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. Have a good night, everyone.